Business Group, a group of brands designed to support owners, leaders and managers in business. If you're looking to grow your business, contact mybusinessgroup.co.uk today for more information or follow the link in the description below.
And as this is 90 after 90, I want to thank our sponsors, Cosmetic Repair Solutions, an independent award-winning network of vehicle accident repair centres located in Chesterfield, Rotherham, Dinnington, Barnsley and Derby. Get an estimate at cosmeticrepair.co.uk.
Now then, Blades, follow and subscribe to Blades Ramble.
What is happening, Blades, and welcome back to the Blades Ramble. I am, of course, Jimmy, and this is 90 after 93. Big points for the Blades. We can't, can we? I nearly got Dave the nose with that, by the way, at the end. We can't. No, we can't. We're still 9 points off the playoffs. There's still 11 games left. Only 11 games left, I will probably say. But Sheffield United have gone to QPR today. And is it even Loftus Road? I think I put in the title... go to Loftus Road. It's something like they'd renamed it, hadn't they, some time ago. Let me just have a little look at the table. We're up to 13th, nosebleed territory, 48 points. We're 3 points off 8th, and I think that is the position to look at the moment. And that doesn't get you. It don't matter in terms of. It does matter in terms of monetary value. And it matters for me in terms of pride, in terms of where you finish your season. But I think that's the first thing we need to be looking at, catching the team that's in 8th. And it doesn't sound a lot, 3 points, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams above us to get there. So that would be my focus today. I thought there was some... look, we've had some big news before kick-off today. I heard some murmurings, and Danny Hall reported that Michael Cooper would miss the game. I haven't yet read the article, which I will do, and I encourage you to do that too, because I don't know what information Danny's provided, but go and support him over there. But the bit I heard was that he's out for 4 months, or up to 4 months, with a knee injury. So we've been speculating all season that Michael Cooper might be injured, and that could be a reason for his poor form, because we heard little bits and bats, and I don't mean I'd heard, I mean like within the fan base there were whisperings of, you know, maybe he's injured. Maybe that's part of the reason as to why he's not been performing at the same levels as we've known him to previously. And it makes you wonder: is this a conscious decision now to say, right, okay, we've an idea of what's happening here. Now you can go and get it done and make sure you're 100% right for next season. Maybe that's a conversation that's gone on. I'm not entirely sure. That's maybe my speculative mind doing overtime, and a little bit of what's the word? Not critical, but you know what I mean. In terms of cynical, that's what I were after. Maybe that's my cynical mind doing a little bit. Look, we had a heavily rotated side today as well. Have I got the teams up here? I usually have an option to bring the teams up. I'm not sure whether I do. Oh yeah, I do. So this was the team that started today. Obviously, Cooper's injured, so Adam Davies comes into the lineup and took some criticism. Not criticism, but I don't believe there's a strong... Again, I don't speak for the entire fan base, but we have a measure or a sample size of some of the fan base who both agree and disagree on things in our Platinum chat. Over 100 people in there, and they believe that, or a majority believe that Davo might not be the answer to our prayers. A lot of people were saying in January that we needed to go out and get a keeper. Dave the Nose were very strong on it. A lot of people in our chat were strong on it. Anyway, the way it's shaken out, we're outside of the window where you can bring players in. Michael Cooper now goes off to get his knee seen to, and Adam Davies is the one they choose to step in. I personally would prefer Luke Faxon to have a go because I don't think, and this is just my opinion, I don't think Adam Davies is a credible enough number 2 to push Michael Cooper for a starting spot. And if he's never going to be a starter, I understand the point of having a good backup, but now we've got him till the end of the season, and I don't think loads of people will be really confident. Having said that, I think he played well today, as well as he could have done. I think there were a disallowed goal for a foul on him that I need to see back, but Dave the Nose says was a definite foul on Davo that, I think goes through him basically. I'm not saying Cooper saves it because Cooper hasn't been on top form this season either. But he did everything, all the basics he did right. I thought his distribution were very good. Certainly better distribution than we've seen from Cooper this season. There was one really long throw he did out to Hamer on the left-hand side that got over halfway line, I think, before it bounced. Really good in that sense. Doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence, I'll be honest, but maybe that's just a personal issue. I just think if he's not going to be here next season, he's out of contract in the summer, he's on a big wage, I'd like to think we could bring in competition closer to him. Also, if Luke Faxon's in and around the squad, a really highly rated young goalkeeper, I'd love to see him given a go. I understand why we might not, but I would love to see him given a go because he could be the future of Sheffield United in goal, and we're not going to know that until we see a bit more of him. So, Davo played today in goal. We played a 4-2-3-1, and I think those that stepped into the side today did really well, I have to say. I think maybe one can be a little bit disappointed, but it weren't without the one to train, and we'll come to that. Keanu Hoover came in for Sariki at right back. Thought he had a solid game. It was the preferred centre-back pairing of Tanganga and Bindon. McGuinness was on the bench. Hjelde didn't come into the side, even though he can play left centre-half as well. Burrows also started at left-back, as I say, instead of Hjelde coming into the side. In front, it was a really strong, where I think he's probably, at the moment, in terms of availability, our best available two in Peck and Riedeveld. I thought they did City Peck. I thought were really, really good today. Just the player he's turning into, I don't think he'll be here next season. Dave said it on the watch along, and I agree. I don't think he'll be here next season. I think we'll struggle to keep hold of City. There'll be a lot of interest, and there should be, because he's getting better and better every week, I think. A lot of people were a little bit sceptical when they saw Chong starting over Brooks, and I understand that too. I don't think they're near each other in terms of certainly performances this season. Andre Brooks, for me, has been a real outstanding talent this year and really coming to his own and made that right wing spot his own. We were told before kick-off that he had a knock, so that was the reason for his exclusion. You believe that, but then he comes on for the last 20 minutes. So maybe it's just a little precaution that he doesn't start rather than it's anything serious, hopefully. When you're 2-0 up, I'm not sure why you'd bring a 90% fit player on and not just bring on somebody else who can do a job. But, that's why we don't often read into things much when we hear little murmurings of things. On the left-hand side was Callum O'Hare, who I thought was busy all day, but I don't think it's it's not his natural position, is it? So we're getting him into the side because of his work rate and his ability, but I don't think he was too effective out there. I thought he played well to a degree. I thought he worked hard, as I say. Hamer was out of the side because of that change. And we went two up top with Cannon and Campbell. I think Ty Campbell had one of his better games this season. His finish was really strong. A really good finish. Shades of the old Ty Campbell, which I was really pleased to see. I thought he caused them problems this afternoon. So I was pleased overall with his impact on the game. Tom Cannon, I have to say, was disappointing for me in terms of just couldn't really get involved in the game. And as I say, it wasn't without the one to try in. But I think he's, he'll be disappointed with himself, I think. I do think he's better in a two, but it certainly didn't show today. So overall, I think it was a really impressive professional performance from United. I'm not getting carried away because I still think there's too much to do, if I'm honest. But that may have turned some around to think, maybe, just maybe, we can do this now. So we'll see. It's all about what you guys think tonight. We'll be coming to you and seeing what you think. But we've also got some callers on as well. So I've promised him he can come on first because it's something like 3 a.m. where he is. So I'll bring on Jamie Dumpling. But that's after a word from our sponsors. I love mine.
Do you want your favourite replica shirts for the World Cup? Check out okjersey.com. It's high quality jerseys starting from just £15. I love mine. From modern day shirts to the old classics that we all love, use the code Ramble at the checkout to get 8% off your order. Get ready for the World Cup. Oops, that came on a bit quicker. Get ready for the World Cup in style with OK Jersey. That serves me right for trying to mess about in the background and one of them things. Jamie Dumpling, how are you, my mate? Oh, I can't hear you. Can't hear you because I've muted you.
It's you. It's
There we
you.
go, yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right.
There we go.
All right. How are you doing, pal?
Well, first off, I'm tired.
Yeah.
So I'll be quick. But I'm glad I stayed up for it. I think it were a very professional performance. I think that's probably the best way to put it, where we just seemed to get the job done, 2-0 clean sheet.
Yeah.
And there was a few times they did scare us with, seemed to go kamikaze for a header, just didn't seem to try and save the goal that was disallowed for whatever reason. Another one who tried to punch the ball away, missed it. So it didn't help my heart, but we got the job done in the end. So can't really complain on that front. Everyone else did their job and we defended very well.
Yeah, I think to be fair, when I'm talking about Davo, I did forget about that kamikaze headbutt that he tried to do in terms of the diving header. And there were a corner that he came for and tried to punch and just didn't get anywhere near. What's your thoughts going forward on what we should be doing? Would you go with Davo and stick with him? He's got a clean sheet today, to be fair. I don't think QPR troubled as much, but we play West Brom next weekend. Are you going with Davo or Faxon in goal?
Well, first off, I'd be looking into the Gervich situation because, let's be honest, he'll be better than Adam Davies. And apparently he's done well in his time at Turkey. So I'd look to, first off, whether we can recall him. But I'd probably also look at Luke Faxon because, as I said, Davies got called upon. He didn't look great. And Faxon, I do want to see him play. So I would want to try Faxon at some point. Whether that's after it's mathematically done or not, I don't know. But if Cooper's out for the rest of the season, I will want to play Faxon at least for one of the games. But Davies, his distribution is good, so can't complain on that front.
We don't know about Faxon, do we? That's the thing. We just don't know what he's like. So it's a risk to even say put him in, but he must be rated to have him anywhere near.
Well, he was rumoured to go to Man United and all them in summer, but he wanted to stay here, so there's a reason he's in amongst the squad. It's just a shame he's not gone on loan, which hopefully happens next season, but he can't be that far off. If he's close to being in the squad by this much, he can't be that bad.
I agree. So, heavily rotated side, pal, tonight. Happy overall with what you saw from some of the fringe players. I thought Chong did himself no harm as well, which was a surprise to see.
Yeah, especially with Chong. Now, I think what we've seen in the past is when we've tried some of the fringe players, they've not helped themselves and they've sort of not impressed. Like Hover before today didn't look great, but I thought he played really well today. Obviously, QPR, they looked awful, and a couple of fans were saying, anyways, you mentioned it before, where they weren't confident. You can see why the keeper's terrible. They're all awful, apart from odd few like Jimmy Dunn, Ronnie Edwards. You can see the quality there, but they're awful overall.
Yeah.
But I think some of the fringe players will have probably just said, look, we are here trying players every now and again. And I think they do put themselves where you can say they might be a bit more comfortable playing them. Ty Campbell's done himself a massive favour by scoring today because, one, his fitness looks loads better, and two, he scored. And that'll do massive for his confidence. So I think it just sort of potentially gives Wilder some ways to go to players like Gus Hamer and all them and go, look, you're not guaranteed a spot every week. Push, even if it's not on for us.
Jamie, I'm not going to keep you, pal, because I know it's... What time is it there? 3:15 in the morning?
Yeah, exactly that.
I love that you've stayed on to talk to us, mate. Thank you so much. Any final words before I let you go, pal?
No, I'm just glad the boys seem to have a good day out. I've got a bit of FOMO missing out, but I could be in a lot worse places right now. I could be in Zimbabwe as you are.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It is what it is.
Nice one, Jamie. Thank you for joining us, pal. Hope you're okay over there, and we'll speak to you soon.
Cheers. And I'm not calling you dad as you want me to in the chat.
Let's not get that taken out of context, please. Thank you very much. Cheers, Jamie Dumpling. Unbelievable. I can't believe he's done that to me. Absolutely killed me. And to be fair, he has mentioned the boys who are on a bit of a Ramble away day. And I must apologise to those that are waiting, but it looks like they are on the move. So I don't want to lose them. And I will see what they are up to. The sensible one's got the phone, so I'm okay with this so far. But I can't promise where it'll go. Gaz Dunn, how's it going, the man in black?
It's good, mate. How are you?
Yes, very well, mate. Thank you. Very well. How has the day been with the team?
Absolutely class.
Gleaming. Has it been gleaming?
It's been absolutely gleaming, mate. It's been a great day. So, few beers early on.
Yeah.
Red wine out in the stadium because you don't do Guinness. Who doesn't do Guinness in the stadium?
Red wine.
Yeah. So.
Nice.
Oh, here we go. They're all asking me now. What do you reckon to the ref? What do you reckon to the ref?
Who's there with you? Let's have a little round robin of who's there.
Let's see if I can spin. Can I spin this, can I?
I don't know.
So I can't spin it. I don't know how to spin it. So I've got Steph, my daughter, Chloe, Rich, Meldrew, everyone. Everyone's here, mate. Everyone's here. It's absolutely class.
Mountain, Motson, Batman.
Yeah, Motson's here as well. Motson's here.
Yeah. Brett.
I'm trying to get him to stay down.
You'll probably achieve it as well, to be fair.
Yeah, he's like a wet Kit Kat, mate. I've got Brett. I've got Brett with me.
Bisto, Brett, how's it going, pal?
Oh, lovely. I'm just saying, I'm starting to really appreciating that referee. Dave. I actually got me and said he caught him, not enough contact to bring him down.
We're crossing the road.
Okay.
You know what's good, Jimmy? You know what's good even now, Jimmy?
We're crossing the road.
Everyone now is coming across to my way of thinking. It's brilliant. I've got Bisto Brett telling me, listen to this. Oh yeah, it's not enough impact there. It's not enough. It's not enough contact.
You're educating us, mate. I know you're educating us. I love
educated, mate. Educated. So Brett's educated now. But yeah, what a game, mate. What a game. I thought Bindon was quality.
Yeah, I did.
You're not going to believe this, but I think first half.
Come on, you blade!
I think Chongi's fucking. Oh, sorry. I think Chongi's man at match first half.
Yeah, he played well, didn't he, Chongi? Yeah.
He did. He really did. I was like, absolute class. Absolute class. I think Vinden's Peck. Oh, God, City Peck. What a player, mate.
He's unbelievable, isn't he? He's absolutely unreal at the minute.
I'm worried, mate. I'm worried.
He's going, mate, yeah, enjoy these last 11 because I don't think he'll be with us after that.
No, I don't, mate. I really don't. But what a game. 2-0. My man of match. I'll probably go City Peck. But I thought Bindon. I'm telling you now, I don't want Forest to go down because I want us to keep him.
Nice,
really
mate.
good.
Gaz, thank you for calling, pal. I'm going to let you go and I will catch up with you soon. Have a good night, you boys. Get home safe and I'll catch up with you in a bit.
See you in a bit, pal. You have a good one, mate. All the
Cheers, mate.
Ramble.
See you soon. Top man. Gaz done. Apologies for the language there. We are a family channel. But they are having a good time and I think we can all probably understand it. Let's have a little look at some of the comments that are coming in before I go to our next callers. Didn't realise we played West Brom. I don't know what you're talking about, Jack. Don't know what you're talking about. If you think I actually accidentally put a West Brom thumbnail up instead of a QPR one, go and check. I think you might be wrong. Only managed to watch some of the game. How did the rotation players do? As Gaz was saying there and Jamie before, really well, I thought certainly on the whole, very good. Also, if Davies is in net for the rest of the season, we've got to manage games better. Burnley 4-4, says Rammerman. Is that how it finished? Unbelievable. Daniel says, good result against poor opposition, but kept him at arm's length. Take it game by game and see what happens. Peck was good. Cannon was poor again. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Get in, Blades. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Another 3 points on the road, says All Therapy. Steve says, great professional performance. That's exactly the word I'd use, pal. I think it was a very professional performance. 3 points away, ole, ole. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Come on, you red and white wizards. Absolutely brilliant result. Come on, you red and white wizards, says Jod. Superior gun girl. Gun, okay. Superior says, as easy as 3 points are going to get this season. They were poor, weren't they, QPR? They'll be disappointed, I think, in their performance. Wayne says, saw the lineup and feared the worst. Well done, Blades. You won't be the only one, Wayne, and fair play for putting your hand up to that, because some will be glad to come on and say, told you that so-and-so, Campbell would score, Campbell would come good. But I think a lot of us were quite, I'm not too sure about that lineup. Does it mean that Chris Wilder might know better than us? I'm not really. Could that be the case? Tom says, all about the results at this stage of the season. Good win for the Blades today. Burnley goal got disallowed. It was 4-3 again. We can play these games and hopefully win. Come on, I have faith, says Jord. Well, you keep believing, pal. Nothing wrong with that. Davies deserves his props, says Kyle. Well, I'll agree to disagree on that. I think he did okay. I'm certainly not going in on him tonight, but there was some justification as to why some people are uncomfortable with him, I would probably say. Regal says, what a rollercoaster of emotions this season has been. Absolutely right. Peake says, Cov scored a late winner, which meant we leapfrogged Stoke, only 3 points off 8th, but sadly think Wrexham will keep winning and we won't catch him. Still good to see a strong finish. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Like and subscribe. We play Wrexham, so we can knock it down to 6, but they've still got to lose 2 more games in 11. I don't think it's that likely, if I'm honest. And that's if we win every game. Luke says, I think we finish 8th. Southampton and Wrexham for the last playoff place. I think it's between them two, yeah. Jack says, can we remember, we don't bring on Gus to play safe. It's not his game. He's had a bad game, but he's played well recently. Top assister, and Cooper is a big loss. If Cooper needs surgery, do it now. Get him ready for next season, I assume you mean. Mr. V says, hi Jimmy, Hamer is suspended for the West Brom game for accumulating 10 yellow cards. We move up to 13th and continue to roll on, but missing Cooper is a massive loss for us. Up the Blades, up all the Rambles, like and subscribe. Thank you, my mate. Hope you're good, and thank you again for your super chat during the show. The watch along, Adam Davies attempted header scares me. Can we get an emergency loan keeper now, says Luke. David says, hi Jimmy, can we get a keeper on an emergency loan? Up the Blades, up the Ramble. No, because I think Faxon's on a professional contract, so when you've got 2 keepers in your squad, then no, you can't, is the honest answer, I believe. Chris Chariot says, I don't mind admitting when I saw the lineup, my balloon was less than inflated and was rather floppy. All credit to the team for rising to the occasion. Davies is not the answer for 12 games, though. Yeah, I agree, in my personal opinion. Get Tickle in the summer, up the Blades, says GTA. Again, Sam Tickle I really like. We talked about him on the watch-along when his name were mentioned. I think he'd be a very good player, but I think he'd want to come to the Championship to be a number 1, and I don't think he's quite up to Michael Cooper's level, personally. Some would argue that because of Cooper's performances this season, but would he be happy sitting on the bench? And if he doesn't, would Cooper then be happy sitting on the bench? Don't know. We just don't know. I'm not joking when I say this Davies would be bad in League 2. He looks absolutely clueless. It says free shots, not having Adam Davies at all. Alex says, evening Jimmy, what a win. Still think the playoffs are gone and too far away, but enjoying the ride for the last part of the season. How did Davo do? He's going to be the talking point, isn't he? And when you've asked this question, I think we've answered it since, but I think he will be a talking point over the next few games, probably. Ian says 3 comfortable points against the poor team. Not getting carried away, but it's definitely still on. That is getting carried away for me. Webby says no foul for the disallowed goal. It was clearly offside. QPR player standing directly in front of Davies. I thought that's what it was, to be honest. Great decision from the assistant. Adam says, hey up Jimmy mate, how was the game? Only caught glimpses. Playoff push is happening. If it doesn't next season, we have to rectify this season. Please like and subscribe, says Ian. It costs note. Thank you, my mate. Jim, please don't change your OK jersey at voiceover. It's so funny. I love mine. Yeah, well, yeah. If you want me to keep OK jersey, you'll have to go and show them some love, won't you? And get that Ramble code in so they know you're coming from us. Susan says, what will be, but these performances and results feel good. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Yeah, it's always good to win away from home. Keep a clean sheet, Susan. I completely agree with you. Mr. V says, O'Hare might not have played his best game today, but he scored our first goal and set us up to win this game. Yeah, that's fair. Wilder sticks with Davies, says Jack. I think you're probably right. A better team will embarrass Davies. We need to try Faxon, says Action Location. We need to do a Chef Wednesday and bring in an emergency keeper, says Chariots. I don't think it's possible. I might be wrong, but from what I understand, I don't think it's possible. Kyle says, would you play One over Cannon, to be honest? Because that's my point of view when it comes to Davies and Faxon. I see what you mean. So I wouldn't play One over Cannon, so you wouldn't play Faxon over Davies. I understand that, but I have more faith in Cannon doing a job than I have Davies, if I'm honest. I don't know enough about Faxon. So I could be pushing for Faxon, and he might not be great. So it's an unknown quantity that I want, but I think Davies is a known quantity that I'm not comfortable with. So I know it's not possible because when he's out on loan. I know what you're saying though, pal. Bryce says, does anyone ever stop and think about how Davo feels when he's probably done his best and still gets slated? I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but just a thought. Faction should play for me though. Okay, so I think it's a very good and very fair point to raise. And it's an ideal time for me to say that anytime we talk about a player's performance, we're not questioning his attitude, we're not questioning his desire, or certainly unless we say so. I don't think Davies is a reliable second keeper and now going to be a temporarily number one keeper at this level anymore. That's certainly nothing personal against him. It's not meant to make him feel bad or make him feel upset or anything like that. It's an honest opinion from a Sheffield United fan, and that's what we're here to do, isn't it? We'll be as nice as we can about it, but ultimately, if you don't think someone's good enough to play for your team, then you should have the right to say it. The counter to it is, of course, he's picking up about 20 bags a week to play for United. So for that amount, you have to take the stick that comes with it. He don't deserve stick today. I'm not giving him stick today. He's got a clean sheet in his first full appearance in a long time. So I think fair play to him, but there was a couple of incidents today where he could have got caught out, and I would be more comfortable with trying somebody that we're going to be looking at for the future rather than just the end of this season. That's just my opinion, Bri. But thank you for allowing me to say that, though. Sheila says, if Faxon is signed as a pro, during the Sheffield Derby, a comment was made that Faxon and Young Wednesday keeper were not pros, and that's why we'd got keeper in. Oh, they'd got a keeper in. Okay. Don't know then, Sheila. I'm pretty sure that we can't sign an emergency keeper. We can still do this, Jimmy. Believe, says Mark. I said Chong was man of the match first half. He covered so much ground. Yes, you did, Danya. You did. Red card for the ref, says Ian. Absolutely right, red card for the ref. Absolutely ridiculous. From the man I trusted most to hold the phone out of them lot as well. Steve says, how undisciplined is Hamer? Did nothing when he came on except get banned in the most crucial period of the season. 10 yellows, goalkeepers not to be trusted and won't be here next season, so why not try Faxon? Mikey says, do you think playoff dreams are over? Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Well, after a win, it's hard to say yes, but I'd have said yes before. I don't think they're over. I think they're very unlikely. So I'm trying to make peace with the fact that it's not going to happen. And if it does, it's an unbelievable bonus. The last two games, Wrexham have Borough and Cov. Interesting, but you'd like to think that Borough and Cov are already... You wouldn't like to, but you probably expect that Borough and Cov are already up by then. Freddie says, I think we'll finish 11th. I can't see us getting the playoffs. 11th. That's a drop into it. Up the Blades, up the Ramble, he says. Essex Blade says, it's all about next season now. We'll still be in the best league in the world. Up the Ramble. I love the Championship. It's incredible. My original score prediction was 7-0. Saw the lineup, brought it down to 5-0. Fair play to Davies, but QPR were poor, so let's see how it holds up against stronger opposition. Daniel says, Cannon is a bigger drop-off than Davo is. Action Location says, we had Tracy and Kelly both push the other. I can't think of another time that's ever happened, because Alan Kelly and Simon Tracy were good enough to be number ones in their own right, weren't they, at clubs of our level? So I think it's rare that you keep players happy when they know they can get a game. I think that's why it's an anomaly, that. But you're right that it has happened. There is a precedent for it, but I think it's a way off. Adam Davies kept a clean sheet. I can't believe it. Good win for us, says Alessandro. Premier League, we're on our way. Play up Sky Blues, says 09 Sky Blues. Great job, lads, says Blades Forever. Thank you. Susie Q says Saints play Cov. Ipswich, Disney, who themselves play Cov, Borough, Hull and us. We play Disney and every team between 6th and us. Keep a situation aside, we can win 2 to 3 more than the rest. but could losing Coops be the difference between winning against Disney or not in a game which could be winner takes 6th? So tight into. I didn't realise there was so much intermingling still to be done, if that makes sense. We look good at the level, my mate, says Drew. Will the Plug says, what situation with Cooper? Then is he gone for a while? 4 months, I've heard, mate, up to 4 months, knee injury. Good game that. I might be wrong on Cooper, I'm only telling you what I've heard. One of them you forget about, and they can do a clip of the goal when they play him next season, and you remember it. Up all the Rambles, like and subscribe. Breaking news, Blaze Ramble Chief channels Brian Clough on ad. Billy Sharp, which position will he play? I guess he could replace Cooper in goal, says Mark. Brand says Davies certainly isn't good enough. He did okay today, and fair play to him, but you just know that there's a high chance he drops a clanger next week. Dave Ledger says, hi Jimmy, I really don't think we should chuck in facts in these last 11 games. If he makes mistakes, it could ruin his confidence, and I don't think Chris would risk him up the Blades, up the Ramble. That's one way of looking at it, Dave, and that's fair. But also, he could have a blinder, couldn't he? We could have another Dean Henderson on his hands, and you don't know how good he is until you play him. Paul says, One scored 2 minutes after coming on for Lincoln in their 4-0 win. A few for him, good to get him firing, a good chance to start for us next season. I agree. Him and Bamford up top. Anybody? Recall Gerbich, says Freddie. I wonder if that's an option. I'm not sure because we've done the player registration, haven't we, for the rest of the season. Pre-shot says, when looking at the table, you think no chance of playoffs, but look at the fixtures, Southampton, Wrexham, and we have, it's really possible. Well, we'll keep taking it a game at a time, and we'll see where we get to. I'm just going to see now who's ready and willing and able to be our next guest on here, because I have to do a little bit of messing about in the background. And what I do is I try and talk over it really chill and not let anybody know that I'm doing stuff in the background, but everybody knows I am. So without any further ado, let's bring in our next guest. He's been waiting very patiently. It's Mr. Morwood. How's it going, pal?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. Are you sat in the dark?
Yeah, I forgot to put the light on.
All right.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm doing, I've joined the Green Party.
Have you? Oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Power and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
I've got 2 things to say.
Yes, mate.
First of all, red card for Mr. Dunn.
Absolutely right. Out of order.
And second red card goes to Davo for that dive. It was a terrible dive. Absolutely terrible. So he should have been off, and then Paxton would have come on.
Yeah. What was he doing?
Oh, God, I don't know, mate. I dread to think.
Me heart in my mouth.
But mine had gone. I think mine just took itself away for a bit. But just another thing, I love mine.
I love mine. Yes, Dave. Yes, another
the Ronaldo
jersey.
Original.
Yes, nice. Looks well, actually. Looks well, that.
It's very good, mate. It's very good.
Nice.
But yeah, City Peck, man of the match, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think so too. How good is he at the moment?
He's so good, we're going to keep him for the next 4 years.
I hope you're right. How much is he worth?
Oh, God.
So what would it take for you? It's probably unfair now because those sort of things they can fluctuate like mad. But if I were a Premier League club and I came in and said, here's 12 million quid, would you take it?
No. I want double that.
Double?
I want double that. I want 20 million. At least.
Yeah, I think he's getting there. I think he's getting to that level where some of these passes he's threading through as the number 8 are just incredible. He laid on Chong for the cross for O'Hare's goal to start us off. I thought the other night he was just
to Tyrese.
Yeah.
Was good.
So good. So
good. I'm glad that the gaffer pushed Adam Davies towards the fans to let him have his fame, I suppose, but they were all chanting his name.
Yeah, and look, we support our own, don't we? It wouldn't sound like it if you're just listening to this as an isolated thing, but if Davo goes again in goal against West Brom, we'll back him. Of course we will. That's what we do, and we wouldn't want it to do anything else. But
I said when I saw the team that I expected a few changes, but not that many. But
there were a lot, weren't there?
Yeah, with Cooper being out, and I think I put, we can do this.
Yeah, you did. You did.
We can do this, and we did.
Yeah. It's a great result, and I think a really professional performance. I know you're still...
Against a very poor team, we have to say.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You know,
we've gained no ground on the playoffs, but we have climbed the table slightly and got a bit closer to climbing higher again. So, are you happy with where we are overall? Is still a glimmer of hope, do you think?
Like I said, when you asked me last time, until it says we can't catch anybody, we go for it. And I said, all we've got to do is win the next 12 games. Well, that's one ticked off.
Yeah, you did. You did say that, to be fair. You did. Oh, nice one, mate. So, what would you expect to see against West Brom next week? Because he's made a lot of changes and they've played well tonight. Would you expect to see some regulars come back in?
I would expect to see us play the normal team in a 4-2-3-1
with Dave on goal,
midfield.
Yeah,
you know, and obviously Davies is going to be in goal.
If it were up to you, would you play Dave or Faxon?
God, I thought that, like somebody said about, you know, you put Faxon in and he...
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point.
Yeah, he has a bad game and he's, you know, he's only a young man. His confidence can be shot. But City did it.
Exactly. There's two sides of looking at it, isn't there? He could skyrocket in confidence if he keeps a clean sheet in his first professional game. So there's all sorts of things to think about, isn't there? So
there is, but I think the gaffer will think I'm going with experience.
Yeah, I think so too. Too. It's just thinking a
he's
little bit.
The boss, isn't he? He gets paid the big bucks to make these decisions. We can say, "Oh, I don't like him," and "I don't like him," and you know, "Don't like him. He had a terrible game."
Yeah, but that's right.
He decides who he's going to pick. But it's going to be City Pate plus 10 others.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, that'll do me as well. That'll do me fine. No danger with that.
Only we could find another one like today.
He's been class, hasn't he? Dave, thank you for joining us, pal. Very much appreciate it.
No worries.
And I'll catch up with you soon. All right.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
See you soon. Ta-ra, pal. Dave Morwood, what an absolute channel legend. Let's see if we've got any more comments in before we bring our next guest on, who looks deep in conversation, so I won't interrupt. Let's have a look. Tracy and Kelly push the other. Yeah, that's fair. Saints play them. What's the situation with Cooper? Recall Gerbich. Here we go. I agree. 20 million for City, says Susan. Big pals with David as well. They're on the same page, those two. Don't sell him, though. 20 million at least, I agree there, says Freddie. Yeah, Dave talking sense. Super result, says Papa Blade. Didn't expect it when I saw the team sheet. Davies got away with a couple today. But if he's in goal for the rest of the season, we have no chance. Disney FC are now winning games they used to draw. Okay, well, to be fair, we might not catch him even if we keep winning. So it's very unlikely, isn't it, now, for me? But we'll see. We need an emergency keeper if Cooper's out for the season, says Dave. I don't feel confident with Davies flapping about every time the ball comes into our box. Mr. V says, I wouldn't sell City for anything under 25 million. He's got so much potential. Free Shots reckons there's a 20% chance we get the playoffs. Yeah, I think that's probably about right. Hyder says, I might have been overcritical of Davies, but even Faxon would have kept a clean sheet against QPR. They offered very little. I agree with that. I agree. I think Faxon would have kept a clean sheet today as well, in my opinion. Okay, so let's get our next guest on, if he's ready. I'm not entirely sure he is. Is he ready? We'll get him on anyway, just because it's funny. Here he comes.
I should spring roller earlier.
Yeah. Just keep an eye on it.
Hey, mate. You okay? All right, Russ.
Hey, Jim.
How you going?
Yeah, we've got a delay on, mate. So apologies if I'm talking over you.
Oh, no worries, mate. No worries. I'll let you go then by saying, what did you think to get game today?
I've enjoyed it, watching it. Interesting lineup. Gave us a bit of a... See, I've just seen myself sit down there now. That's weird.
Well, you've got a delay on screen, but not in sound, I think, because I can hear you.
Pardon?
I can hear you straight away. So.
Oh, right. Oh, that's
good.
That's not so bad. It'll be a bit weird for people watching then. No, it was all right. It was a steady performance. They didn't have much to offer. He gave us a chance to get some minutes into legs.
Yeah.
Different formation. We matched him up 4-4-2. Davo, obviously, coming in.
Big talking point in it tonight. And he's got a clean sheet. And he dealt with the comfortable things he needed so fairly well. I think he looked a bit erratic in another couple of instances. So what were your general thoughts on him, pal?
Yeah, I think we might need to just change the tactics slightly. I think to keep the ball away from him. Easier said than done, but I do worry. Hopefully, minutes will improve him.
Possibly.
But yeah, it's certainly a little setback. We might have to go kick and rush, mate.
Maybe so. Would you go with Faxon?
Got to give Davo another one.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
Faxon's he's no experience in senior football, has he? That's the problem.
It's a risk. It's a definite risk.
You're risking a lad's career by chucking him in too soon, maybe.
I know you're a really positive Blade Russ, part of the positive six. So I thought I'm going to ask you a little bit about Tom Cannon tonight because he disappointed me with his performance a little bit. I want you to try and turn me around on that if you can.
Right. Yes, you were very quiet today. I need to look back at some of the goals and chances. Probably he was taking players out of the game.
Yeah.
But that's sort of work that's a bit unseen. He just didn't shine, but others did. And that's often the case when you're playing two up top. The other guy shines, and the other guy does the work, just pulls people around, creates spaces. I wouldn't be surprised if you're involved in that way with Campbell's goal.
Agreed. I'd have to have a proper look at that one to determine that. But I thought Campbell's goal were fantastic. What do you think of Ty today, Russ?
Ty looked like he were up for it.
He did, didn't he?
Up for it. Probably was told that he'll get pulled on 60 or whenever it was, so he could match his stamina to suit.
Yeah,
that's the player he is. I don't think we're ever going to see a regular 90-minute tie, but that's why he's probably playing with us and not somewhere else. Completely
agree, mate. Completely agree. How much would you want for a Premier League club coming in for City Peck? He's going to go
25 and a lot of add-ons. I think he could play for England.
I do too. Did you say 25?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. You look at some of the numbers that other kids are going for at the moment, particularly when they're in English.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
No, not. He's got a bit on his contract, so he can be a bit cheeky. But I think next move for him certainly doesn't want to be anywhere near the bottom of the Premier League.
No,
he needs to be going into sort of a mid-table and upwards.
Yeah, he's good enough, isn't he, as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Last few games, he's been driving the performances for us, really, I think, in a lot of ways.
Yeah, he has, definitely. So all in all today, I thought a good workmanlike performance. He picked the right team, obviously. It could have been the wrong team, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could.
Gone the way, but
some might say Wilder knows what he's doing, might they?
Well, you might just say that. It's odd, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Funny.
You know, and I have a feeling you're probably going to ask me the other question, aren't you, about playoffs?
Well, I'll leave it up. Yeah, let's see what you think then, Ross.
I think now I'm at a place where when Chris says it's over, I'll say it's over. How's that?
Because he'll not say it's over till it's mathematically impossible.
Yeah, probably, but I'm going to cop out on Chris.
Fair enough. Ross, thanks for joining.
Like Dave's been saying actually recently, just take out games as they come and enjoy them. Enjoy the games. So. We've got good players playing well for the majority of games and what have you. Let's just enjoy it and see where it takes us.
Anything else is a bonus in it at this stage, I think, Ross.
I think it is now, mate. I think it is now.
Expect.
I'd like to think that we've done very, very well here because you are talking your head's all over the place and totally out of sync with anything you're saying, and I'm exactly the same here. So it's like being on radio, I think.
Mate, I think we've done all right, to be fair. I've heard you banging time with everything you've been saying, so fingers crossed it's like that on stream as well. If not, we're in trouble.
Normally, but I'll watch it back.
Top man, Russ, thanks for joining us, pal. I'll catch up with you soon.
You're welcome, buddy.
Cheers, mate.
Another ramble.
Top man. See you soon. Russ there, one of our regulars, I'd say now, which is great to see because he's not long been involved, but he's now regularly involved, which is fantastic. So, right, let's jump into our next one, who we've got waiting very patiently. I think he's on mute and he's walking about somewhere, so we'll see if he's back in, and it is Adam. How's it going, pal? Can't hear you. Can't hear you. You're muted.
How are we doing, Jimmy, lad?
Yes, there we are, mate. I'm doing well, mate. Thank you. How are you?
Was it, mate? I only got to see glimpses at game. Well, I didn't get to see it. I got to hear glimpses at game. But the things about Cannon, that's what I've come on about. When you mentioned players, Cannon, you got to think he's playing out of place all the time and on his own. Usually, not really play 4-4-2. So I feel like the not the hatred, but the distaste towards Cannon is a bit overweighted. Yeah, it's overweighted because he's doing a job that he's not prepared to do. So he's taking it on chin, and I think we've just got to give it a bit of time and try and figure out where we can actually place him, because there's a player in there, 100%.
Yeah,
and we've seen it, and I think that's what's done him in. Adam Davies, I'm sorry, I've seen some diabolical stuff come from that man. As you know, my name's Adam. I don't like slating anyone with that name, but I've got zero faith in him. I'm so sorry. Put Faxon in, give him a chance, even if it's for 45 minutes for first bit. See how he goes.
Hang on, hang on. You're telling everybody to ease off Cannon. There's a player in there, and you've got to give him time and patience. Adam Davies has come in for his first game in about 20, kept a clean sheet, and you're like, no, I'm not having him.
No, I can't. I've got to put my foot down. I'm sorry. His last game, he made an absolute fumble and come out at edge of the box and let a goal in, and it's just disheartening. And that's not Sheffield United. We don't just give the ball up. We don't just give easy goals. We get fight, great determination, and to see that come from a player of ours, I can't go back on it.
But it's like Tom Cannon skying a shot from 6 yards out, which he's done before as well. So if you're willing
we've
to give
seen
Cannon
Campbell do it 6 times this season, yet we all still go on about Campbell, and he put one away today. So it's give and take with him, but I'm sorry, I'd rather see the young lad come out 45 minutes, see if he can put a solid performance in. And if it does, it starts his career towards, the big dogs.
I'm not against that. I'd like to see Faxon get a go, but I think I have to play devils with the point you initially raised. Like, to be fair, there was a comment that came into our chat that said, would you rather have Ryan O'Neill playing than Tom Cannon then, if you rather have Faxon than Davies? So what would your say on that be?
I'd say we've seen Ryan O'Neill play. He's got a bit more time under his belt. All of our young lads that have come through are doing bits and doing wonders here and there. It's not all the time, but there's enough to go. There's a player there, there's money, there's value, and he gets Sheffield United because he's a young lad. He's had time at the club to build that around and build that foundation and everything like that. And that's the only reason why I'm like, put the young lads in, let them have a go. If they don't do well, you know where you need to work at. If no one sees it, you don't know where they're at, and everyone's an unknown variable. Then what are you going to do? Just not put a team out?
Yeah, it's a good point, mate. It's a good point. I appreciate you coming on, and it's nice to see you getting on more regularly now as well. One
of them, I thought on my way home, I'd see what everyone was saying about certain players, because the mix-up were a very varied mix-up for a change. Yeah, but I'm not going to say I don't like to see it. I'm glad we've got the result, definitely. Yeah. And I still say playoffs is on. We're not far behind now.
I think you look at it as somebody's just made this point in comments as well, and I agree. You look at it as a table and you think it's probably too far. But then if you assess everybody's fixtures, they all play each other still. So they're going to drop points. They're destined to drop points. And if we can just maintain our form, then you never know. But I do think it's unlikely, I have to say. But that's probably more self-preservation than anything else, pal. That I'm just trying not to get too excited. We're 9 points away as it stands with 11 games to go. Just 33 points to play for. So we'll see. But I'm not going to squash anybody's optimism. If you think the playoffs are on, mate, then go for it. I think that's.
I've got to back them. We United have got to back us until it's mathematically impossible. It's not, I've got to say we can do it because points per average, we should be there. So by rights, let's get there.
Top man. Cheers, Adam. Thank you, my mate.
No worries, mate.
Catch you soon. Ta-da, pal. Adam joining us. Great to see more faces on and involved in the chat, particularly because a lot of our usual crowd are down in the Big Smoke. And I believe someone else that's joining us on his way back from there, I think he might live local to there, if I'm honest. It's our very own runner blade. It's Dave Hammond. How's it going, pal? Oh, no. Muted. Not from my end either. Nope. I wonder if it's synced up through your car or something. Oh, no, that's a shame. Nope. Are you disconnecting? I'll let you have a little play. While you're doing that, I'll be reading some comments out. 20% we can get playoffs. Yeah, I think that's a really good shout. 20 million for Peck is some of the shouts as well. Rush, you're live on the internet, says Bry. Regarding Davies in goal, says Sim, he's a little unsettled at times, but his distribution is actually better this season than this season's Cooper's. I agree with that completely. I thought his distribution was great. Goodbye, my friend. John says Wilder pushed out Davies towards the away fans at full time for him to get some applause. So there's no way he's going with Faxon or anyone else next game. He made a point of it. Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to go with anyone else. Even though I would like a change, I wouldn't expect it to happen. Let's see if Dave's still there. No, we'll just go to a full screen while he's not. Yeah, I agree, John. I don't think he'll change it, but I can want the change without expecting it. Joe says, finally home, good game, good luck for the rest of the season, Blades. Wish we could have played without so many injuries, but definitely deserved the win off the first half alone. Yeah. Thank you, my mate. Joe is a QPR fan who has to be disappointed with his team's efforts today. I would have said, Joe, you'll have to let me know, pal. But yeah, you've got too many injuries, like you said. Dave says Cannon plays better with Bamford. I agree with that. I sometimes think it's about dance partners, isn't it? And who you've got alongside you. Oh, I can faintly hear Dave, I think, now. And now I can't again. Okay. I'm just going to leave him open in case he can get back on. Papa Blade says, if Sula went for 15, then I agree with Russ. 25 million plus add-ons for City. Would prefer to keep him for a playoff push next year. Is it top 8 needed? Yes, it is. It's going to be top 8 next year. Well, they're going to vote on it. It's not yet been decided. But why would any championship side vote for less playoff places? You wouldn't, because there's more of a carrot and more chance for every team getting into the Premier League if you go down to 8. So it'll definitely come through if it's indeed voted on, which it looks like it's going to be. Good win, says Rob. Solid performance. We can still make the playoffs. I still believe in life after love. Thank you, Rob. Personally, I don't see why we bring players like Cannon in to not play to their strengths. Interesting. Steve Snell says, on Cannon, turn the clock back to Billy. Didn't cut it on the first 2 stints. Third time became a legend. Pity Billy wasn't with us to guide him. Cannon is played out of position and a scapegoat. He's 22 and learning. Interesting take. Interesting. I fall more on this side as well. We forget how young he is because he's come for big money like a couple of times, or he's moved for money a couple of times already. And a striker is always heads on the chopping block for criticism. He's a young lad. Same age as, or very similar ages to Sariki, Peck, Brooks. Freddie says, I just think the team is too weak to get the playoffs. Let's just play for pride. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Hi, Jimmy Goodrell. Thanks, Kel. Goodrell to you too. Hope you're good. I'm sure you've just sent that by accident and you'll get an updated comment to us. And Chariot says, the One Cannon comparison doesn't work because there's more options for change. Goalkeeper is a one-off position. 20 million for Peck minimum. Rather he stayed. He gets it being he certainly does get it. And I know the owners are big fans of City Peck, and so they should be. Kel says, "Hi Jimmy, good result. 3 points on the table. Do you think we'll get the playoffs? Up the Blades, up behind the Ramble. Like and subscribe. Let's get this channel to 12k. Thank you, Kel. I don't think we will. I obviously want us to, but I don't think we will at the moment. Ask me again after West Brom, and it may all change again." Chris says, "With Bamford, Campbell, Cannon and One will be good to have next season. We won't need to bring in any strikers. Peck has to be 30 million future England player." Vote is on the 4th of March, says All Therapy, to extend the playoffs. Steve Bettis has said they are voting for it. Yes, I think he did say that, actually. And Dave Runnerblade is back with us, I believe. So I'm just going to have to rejig his link to get him on screen. But I think I can hear you. No one else can. Dave, just a sec. They will do in a minute, though. Right. Here we go. Let's get him in. Dave Hammond, how's it going, pal?
Hooray! Up the Blaze, up the Ramble.
Top man. On your way back from the game, I believe.
Yeah, I'm just in Kensington now, so about 40 minutes home from here. 2-0. Yeah, that was comfortable, Jim. Very comfortable game.
It was.
Not offer any much of a threat to us at all, really. So, I mean, I was with the boys in the pub, that Anglesey Arms. Gosh, who chose that for a pub?
Don't know. I think it was Brett. Brett might have had something to do with it.
I mean, it's a nice pub, but I mean, there were families there, and there were people celebrating the 50th wedding anniversaries and all kinds of stuff to be, serenaded by Big T and Narden Blades. I mean, they weren't going to expect that. But anyway, it was great to meet up with some of the boys there before the game, and what a following, a massive following down at QPR today. And a well-worthy 2-0. And I think we could have scored more. If they had more of a threat, I think we could have stepped up a couple of gears.
Yeah, I agree. What were your thoughts on some of the players coming into the side today, David?
Well, I'll tell you what, Gyro, we've got to give him a longer contract, because he's instrumental in how we play. And you can combine him with anybody in that midfield. And, he makes players play better. And he had a good 85, 90 minutes or whatever it was. So other players coming. Chong did well first half. He was all right, very lively. He did fine. Two up front, Campbell and Cannon. Yeah, he struggled a bit. I mean, he got muscled off the ball a few times. But QPR didn't offer much of a threat. So I mean, it was probably a good time to play them players, really.
Yeah, it was.
And Chong and Hoover did okay as well, and Davies looked very assured. He looked assured. I mean, I think there was only one cross that came that he missed, I think, towards the end. But other than that, it was good.
What was the feeling in the ground about the disallowed QPR goal? Because some are saying it was a foul on Davies, and others are saying it was offside. I don't know if you got any better idea in the stadium.
It was right on the opposite side for us. We couldn't really see. I thought, gosh, when that went in, it was a wrong time for them to score that, and things might have changed a bit then. But yeah, second half we sort of took our foot off the gas a bit, really, and we could have. I was hoping for 3 or maybe 4 goals, but hey, anyway.
Yeah, me too. I like to think of you, David, as not that you're not a positive blade, but a realistic blade. And I'm going to ask you a similar question I've been asking people, and it's not often we get to chat on screen anyway. So, what's your thoughts on where we can go this season? Do you think it's on, or do you think we've just got to keep half an eye on next season now?
Well, it's always the hope that kills you, isn't it? But
correct.
I think we'll win. I think we'll win most of our games, remaining 11 games, but. Yeah, the thing that I think we have the issue with really is that I think mentally we're just not quite there. Do you know what I mean? I don't think we're mentally strong enough to win all our remaining games. I just don't think we could do that. So I think we build for next year really. I just think we just run out of games. If we had another 5 or 6 more games, maybe it could be, but it's just not enough.
No, I agree.
And I think we'll probably finish in that 8th or 9th position, something like that. I'd love it. I'd love to be wrong, but being realistic, I think that's probably very likely where we're going to be.
I agree. So before I let you go, because I can see you're busy, but if we are a championship side next season and we get a bid in the summer for City Peck, what would it take for you to accept or entertain a bid for City?
Oh gosh.
So I think he's been outstanding recently.
He has, yeah. But if I'm honest, Jim, I'll look at it a little bit differently because remember, we're a championship team. We have championship players. It's levels above in the Premier League.
Yeah.
The only teams that would be after someone like Peck would be newly promoted teams. Really, I mean, if you go back to the last window in January, I don't think any Premier League team signed anybody from the Championship or lower than that. So
let's have a look.
I mean, he may not be the target that we think he would be for other Premiership teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah, possibly.
He's a good player, but he might not be there.
Well, I think I look at a team like Crystal Palace, who got Scott Wharton out of the Championship, and he's done a good job for them. I think about teams like Brentford, who could potentially bring City in, and like you said, the newly promoted teams. I think he was so good against Coventry. I would be surprised if, when they get promoted, they don't try and have a little look at him and see whether he's. So I think there's a chance he goes, but how much would you be wanting for him if you don't think he's necessarily that prized asset?
I would think, 15 million plus. That would be what I'd be looking at, somewhere around that target.
I think that's about right. Yeah, I'd want more, obviously, as would you, but I think that's probably going to be about the number, to be honest.
Well, given his age and his profile and everything, I mean, he's gosh, if he could score a few more goals, it'd be worth even more, wouldn't it? But yeah, I think somewhere around that ballpark figure, 15 million.
Dave, thank you so much for joining us on your way back from QPR. It's great to have you on the show, mate.
Got the Ramble.
Top man, love that. See you soon.
Take care.
You too, mate. Dave, the Runner Blade, one of our Platinum Ramblers, top man. It's great to have him on the show. He doesn't often get a chance to come on, but it's nice to have him join us. And just the last few questions. I think we're going to get off early tonight, to be honest, because a lot of our callers, our Platinum Ramblers, are tied up in London. Not literally, I hope. Well, they might be at this stage, having spoken to Gaz earlier. Martin says, evening, Jim. Good display. Well-earned win. Playoffs back on. A big no from me. But our playoffs back on. A big no from me, but we'll be back next season. Cheering them on from the South Stand as per. Well, I'm in the John Street, but yes, I get the point, Martin. I'm with you. I think even if we don't make it, which is now looking likely, I'm really excited for what we can do next season. Keith says, can someone have a look at how many minutes Hamer has played per yellow card? I think it's about 5 minutes, says Keith. Ian says he wants at least 20 to 25 millions. Sick of the parasites getting everything on the cheap. Okay, strong. And David Rhodes says, please stop trying to sell our players. Yeah, to be honest, if I say City's worth 20 million, that means all Brentford scouts watching and everybody like that. Straight in. Jim, would you be shocked if we got playoffs? Yes, I would be shocked. Now we're coming from so far back, and there's still a lot of teams in front of us. We're only in 13th. If we were in 8th now, then there's a chance, but we've still got to get in front of everybody. Ian says himself, playoffs are gone, unfortunately, this season, and I tend to agree with that. I do. Okay, I think we will call it there because I'm at the bottom of the comments. I think I've read everybody's comments. Hang on. Adam says, got to be 20, 25 million for City, minimum with add-ons to 30. He's only worth what someone will pay for him. That's the problem, Adam. So I think we'll struggle to get top end of that. I'd love it. Obviously, I'd love it. But David's asked if we can stop. David Rhodes has said, can we stop trying to sell our players? So I'm only joking, David. It's a little joke. But okay, so I think that's a really good, a strong, professional win against what was quite a poor QPR side in the end. I think David nailed it and said it's a good time to play them as a side because they've been hit by a lot of injuries. If we'd have got them an earlier part of the season, then they could have done some damage to us. But today they didn't really lay a glove on us. And that's good for us, obviously. It keeps some momentum going. Whether it will count for anything towards the end of the season remains to be seen. I want to say thank you to everybody for joining us on the stream tonight. Let's have a look what we've got coming up next on the channel. I think it'll be some 3 Mardy Blades tomorrow. Yes, that's lined up to come tomorrow, so we'll hopefully see you there. But for now, come on, you red and white wizards! Up the blades!